Palma. Oh,
Oh, man.
that's unfair, and Palma 7 points in the game.
To Del
Oh,
Puentes.
wow.
Delgado takes the shot and knocks it down. Maloria is open. 3-pointer.
Oh, my goodness!
Face a jumper by Robin Celis. Nataliano has time. Oh! Just posterized by Scapia.
Two teams in the South Division meet in a crucial encounter as they have their sights set on making the play-in spots in their division. June Manzo playing against his former team last season in the Davao Occidental Tigers. And we have also Wawi Escocio in a tear lately, especially with the absence of Keith Agovida para dito sa Davao Occidental. It's Visayas versus Mindanao. Cebu Greats going up against the Davao Occidental Tigers. Magandang gabi mga kaliga, Ken Panglinan with Javi Palanya. And Javi, may posibilidad no na hindi ito yung last time na mag-meet sila, no? But of course, the order of business right now is for them to get a win to boost their chances of making it to the play-in.
Tamang-tama ka dyan, Ken. It's an important game para sa parehong teams dahil Cebu, they're currently ahead right now in the team standings in the Southern Division. But itong Davao, with the win today, they could actually jump ahead of Cebu and claim that number 10 spot which Cebu currently has right now. Pero importante pa rin para sa parehong kupunan to get this victory today so that Cebu, for them, if they get the victory here today, malamang sure na sila na makapasok sa play-in tournament at the 10th spot.
And you're watching us live on the official MPBL YouTube channel, and live din po tayo ngayon on Solar Sports and also on pusop.com. And balikan natin ang ating courtside reporter si Miss Lyra Punsalan. And nabanggit ko na Lyra, no? June Manzo facing off against his former team itong Davao Occidental. And how are they coming into this matchup?
Tama ka nga, Ken. June Manzo is stepping on the court with extra fire today as he clashes with his former team Davao. Parehong dikit sa standings at may posibilidad na sila nga din daw ang magkakabanggaan in the upcoming play-in. Kaya sobrang crucial talaga ng game na ito. He admitted na may pride factor to be facing his former team pero set aside muna daw lahat and all business siya ngayon dahil alam naman natin na ever since sila talaga ang biggest rivals and this is just another chapter in that story. We can all expect him to stay locked in, bringing poise and grit dahil sabi niya in every possession that could decide who will get the edge in this heated rivalry. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. Cebu, Davao, hindi lang sa basketball sa iba't ibang larangan ng sports magkatunggali ang dalawang probinsya na yan. Pero ito, titignan natin sila no sa South Division in our team standings. Man, the 5 teams fighting for the last 2 buses in the play-in spot. We're talking about Muntinlupa, Cebu, Davao Occidental, Sarangani, and Imus here, Javi.
Just as I mentioned earlier, no, Davao, if they win here today, they can leap over Cebu already and claim that 10th spot. But for Cebu, a win today would give them more separation against Davao and bring them ahead of Muntinlupa. So they will now be claiming the 9th spot, which effectively puts Muntinlupa lower in the Southern Division team standings and puts them in danger also of maybe missing the play-in.
Yun na nga, log jam talaga, no? Sarangani, Imus on the outside, but still, with 2 games left, they could certainly make some noise if they could provide some upsets down the road. Pero, eto, no, for Cebu, June Manzo, ever since he played with this white and green jersey, he has really turned the corner, and boy, he's been leading the charge para sa Cebu. Although in this game, medyo kinapos siya dito against Pangasinan, but still, a stellar outing para kay the Hitman.
Yeah, you know, ever since he transferred from the Mindoro Tamaraos, he has looked very much comfortable. Of course, what better way to perform your best at if not playing for your home team, right? The Cebu Greats. And ito si June Manzo, he has carried that jersey with a lot of pride and it shows dun sa kanyang laro. And being named an all-star for the South this season because of his stellar play para sa Cebu Greats.
A picture of focus, June Manza right now, the former UP Fighting Maroon and UV Lancer. And speaking of that, we've got Wawi Escocio on the other side. And man, his production was desperately needed here. And well, despite this loss against Batangas City, siya yung nagtitimon sa ilalim. Lalo ngayon, wala si Keith Agovida, wala rin si Chris De Chavez. And he has really managed to man the fort para dito sa Davao Occidental Tigers.
Yeah, he's managed to come up with really big games in the past few matches para dito sa kanilang kupunan, and he's also looking like he's in great shape compared to past seasons. He's able to move better, and he hasn't lost that power despite that, and I'm sure Davao will be looking to him once again to score a lot in this game to try and get this win over the Greats.
Alright, Cebu versus Davao Occidental in our second game. Punta na natin si Kitter Tampos, introducing now our starting units.
The Cebu Greats. Point guard number 3, El Macho, June Manzo. Center number 9, Dolan Adlawan. Forward number 13, Mark Meneses. The other forward number 21, Rib Ugsang. Shooting guard number 0, the Aquaman, Paulo Hubalde. The head coach is the Hitman, Junti Valenzuela. Assisted by Ronje Enrile, Corby Concepcion, Cebuano Hotshot, Dondon Hontiveros, team manager John Santos, team representative Samson Lato. Now for the MPBL Season 3 champions, Davao Occidental Tigers, Coco Live. Starting at guard number 11, Josh Tagala. Forward number 32, Harold Arboleda. Also at forward number 29, Jeff Comia. Coming in at center number 6, Wawi Escosio. And at point guard number 18, Joseph Terzo. Their head coach, Arvin Bonleon. His assistants are Ronald Ibagtulis, Pancho Alfonso, Noy Bonleon, Anthony Brodet, Amboy Agonoy, and Peter Santamaria. Assistant team manager Glenn Medalla.
The Hitman and the Aquaman form the backcourt for Cebu. Up front, Dolan Adlawan, Mark Meneses, and Ribog Sang. Davao Occidental rolls out a unit of Joseph Terzo, Josh Tagala, Wawi Escosio, Harold Arboleda, and Jeff Comia. Our referees for this ball game are Alan Manzano, Michael Kinay, Ray Gabriel, and our fourth referee is Leonardo Layosa. Cebu in their white threads, Davao Occidental in their dark uniforms. A crucial tiff here in the south. And Cebu gets first dibs dito sa ating laro.
I'm going to expect Paulo Hubalde to be playing a lot more in this game, considering that Cebu will not have Mac Talio in uniform for tonight's game against Davao.
Mark Meneses getting past the defense to score the first 2 points for the Greats.
That's one guy that they need to see step up offensively sa laro na to. He did play 24 minutes, even started that game against Pangasinan, but he was only limited to 3 attempts, was not able to get anything from the field. He did score a point, pulled down 11 rebounds, but Meneses, he is a vital cog of this offense of Cebu, and they cannot just expect him to contribute in the hustle department or defensively. They need somebody to score inside and represent that front court other than Rivog Sang and Jay Arganyahan.
But boy, he has really showed flashes of brilliance, Javi.
No
Playing
doubt.
that free spot.
Yes, sir.
I mean, this is a very big lineup Cebu is rolling out right now at the front court.
Well, they're going to see if this is going to be a more effective way for him to contribute offensively, putting him in that small forward position rather than just playing him at the 4 spot.
In an era where they put shooting and speed at a premium, nakita natin Coach Junfield, little bit of throwback here. Very lengthy players up front, Mark Meneses, Ribog Sang, and this guy, Dolan Adlawan, pero masyadong mataas din yung pasa na yun para sa kanya. And then you have that 2-point guard lineup in Paulo Hubalde and June Manzo.
Rare error you see there, Hubalde throwing that errant outlet pass to Adlawan, who could not get to the basketball, pass a little bit too high para sa kanya.
Davao Occidental, wala pa rin yung kanilang leading scorer na si Keith Agovida. And as a result, they have mightily struggled. Joseph Terzo That one won't roll in. 2 minutes gone by. Cebu with a 2-0 lead. Adlawan gives it up to Mark Meneses. Entry pass to Reeve Ugsang. The pass to Adlawan. Pasa palabas, Ugsang. Short on the jumper. And a foul given up by Dolan Adlawan.
That ball limited only to one side on that offensive set for the greats. Ugsang, who had a stellar game offensively sa kanilang huling laro against Pangasinan, could not get his first shot to drop.
Josh Tagala. The pass to Jeff Comia. Meneses is the one guarding him. Nice pass. In stride. Escocio though, masyadong malalim. And that attempt for a reverse layup. Manzo. Terzo in front of him. June again tries to attack. Fading away. No good. Rebound, Harold Arboleda. Outlet pass. Joseph Terzo with a sidestep. Mintes, Escocio, multiple pump fakes. Goes up strong for the basket plus the foul.
He has been a picture of power and strength para sa Davao Occidental these past few games. Beating two white shirts to the basketball, grabbing that offensive rebound and putting it back in for 2 points plus the foul, Wawi Escocio.
Can't complete the 3-point play though. Tabla tayo 2-all. Hubalde. Well, they will take turns. Bring the ball down. Hubalde and Manzo. Free throw line jumper by Adlawan is a miss. Arboleda doubles up another rebound. At the corner, Josh Tagala lines it up, puts it in from downtown.
Seldom used at the start of the season para sa Tigers, but look how he has risen to the position here for Davao. Starting games for Coach Arvin Bonleon and Hubalde with... Is that going to be an offensive foul?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he hit Tagala on the face. He was trying to draw a shooting foul against Josh. Referee Manzano trying to review this one.
Coach Junti Valenzuela. Siya rin binansagan the hitman when he was in the PBA. Coach Arvin Bonleon on the other side. He is trying to keep the winning tradition para dito sa Davao Occidental, having not missed the playoffs in their stint. In an unsportsmanlike foul against Paulo Hubalde.
Upon review, the foul has upgraded to an
Obviously,
unsportsmanlike
wasn't his
foul on
intention,
Paulo
pero dahil
Hubalde
nga
for
natamaan sa
excessive
mukha
hard
si
contact.
Tagala, and that's going to be
13 foul.
adjudged an unsportsmanlike foul. That's excessive hard contact laban kay Paulo Hubalde.
Josh Tagala at the line, former San Beda Red Lion. Also a former NCAA junior star. Ito si Josh Tagala. Hitting both free throws. Early 5 points for Josh Tagala. Piloting Davao Occidental to this early 5-point lead as well, 7-2. 7-0 run for the Tigers. Terzo will trigger it in to Wawi Escocio. Guarded by Reeve Ugsang. Balik kay Terzo. 4 seconds left on their shot clock. Tight pass. But Escocio ending up with a jumper.
It didn't seem like that offense was going anywhere. In fact, Terzo was quite frustrated that his other teammates were not in place for what they were trying to set up. But then Terzo commanded the basketball and made sure he made something out of nothing there. That is a foul. Laban kay Tagala, that's a lucky break for Cebu because that would have been an offensive foul on Dolan Adlawan.
Nahuling tumulak si Tagala bago pa siya tumama dun sa ball screen ni Dolan Adlawan. Reeve Ugsang popping out. Hand off to June Manzo. Able to draw a foul. And something he's accustomed to since wearing the Cebu uniform. Getting to the line a lot. With all 5 of his free throws in their last game against Pangasinan. This free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. It's been night and day for him. Started the season with Mindoro, now with Cebu. And well, all but one of his games ending up scoring in double figures. That lone game where he just scored 7, he was ejected in the first half when he got entangled with Renzo Sopido going up against Binyan. So ganun po ka-impressive yung naging run nito ni June Manzo. Escosio, drag his pivot foot, turnover against Davao Occidental.
Yeah, lost his footing a little bit there when his defender gave him a slight nudge. Wasn't able to control his balance. That's going to be a turnover against Davao.
Nag-downsize ang Cebu dito. Boom Boom Tampos, Davaoenyo now in for the Cebu Greats. Manzo, high ball screen with Rivogsang. Bola na tapik ni Arboleda. 5 seconds left sa kanilang shot clock. Boom Boom Tampos, nakabuelo. Nice pass inside. Mark Meneses scores.
Defense extended already for the Tigers, really pressuring hard. They first tried to trap Manzo, who was able to still get a pass to Boom Boom Tampos, who delivers that no-look para kay Mark Meneses.
Arboleda, quick pass. Terzo is open for a free. It will bounce out. Rebound tracked down by Jeff Comia. Mid-range jumper is good.
That's a guy I'm sure who was the one who delivered that game winner in the small pocket tournament in the PBA Draft Combine. I'm sure yung kumpiyansa kay ni Jeff Comia mataas, and I'm sure the Tigers are expecting him to deliver as Paolo Balde finally rectifies his mistakes from earlier with a 3-point shot.
Lamang na ibaba sa 3 puntos. Comia, pasa palabas kay Joseph Terzo. Terzo turns the corner and scores.
Excellent 2-man game up top. Handoff, Escosio quickly giving it back to Terzo, who had that creative finish at the basket.
Ubalde tries another free. Off the heel, offensive rebound by Mark Meneses. Throws it away though. Turnovers also have been a problem for Cebu lately here.
Yeah, they had 17 against Pangasinan, which practically doomed them, especially in the second half where they played catch up a lot of the way.
3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances. Janamon comes in for Paulo Ubalde. Cebu pressing all the way to the backcourt. Tampos is the one tasked to guard Joseph Terzo. Arboleda. Balik kay Terzo. Approaching the 3-minute mark of the first period. Terzo drives right. Fading away. One-hander short. Battle for the rebound. And a foul will be whistled against a Cebu Great. It's going against Rivogsang. Meanwhile, the check-in with Lyra Punsalan.
Kita mo talaga sa mukha ni Coach Arvin Bonleon na ang daming pinagdadaanan ng Davao Tigers this season. Hindi tulad ng previous years na sobrang solid at automatic playoff push daw sila. Ngayon, medyo rocky ang journey, lalo na with big absences such as the Chavez at Agavida due to personal reasons and Ricky Peramingan due to neck injury. Pero kahit incomplete lineup sila, pinapaalalahanan niya ang Tigers. Legacy to as a champion team. Lagi tayong nasa playoffs. Sabi pa niya, kailangan nilang protektahan yung identity na yon, lalo na't never pa talagang natatalo ng Cebu ang Davao. Kaya bukod sa standings, dala ng Tigers yung pride ng franchise, and today, gusto nilang patunayan na kahit may struggles, yung championship DNA nila will still find a way to shine. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Naira. No? And very proud franchise kasi itong Davao Occidental. Na gaya nga nabanggit ko kanina, Kabilang sila sa mga playoff runs. Never sila nag-miss ng playoffs. Nag-champion pa sila nung season 3. And they're in danger of missing out for the very first time unless they're able to figure things out and make a push towards the play-in. A foul will be called. Oh, it's a technical foul.
Watch what happened here. They are saying that it was a flop on Harold Arboleda. They usually call that when the defensive player natutumba na siya bago pa siya tamaan. But I think he really got hit there.
Yun nga eh. Tumama eh. I mean, usually, bago tumama, ina-anticipate na nung defender eh, yung contact. Kaya yun kadalasan. Kaya galit na galit si Coach Ronald Magtulis. Dahil nga, doon sa replay, well, contact happened first before Arboleda fell down on the floor.
Yeah, Coach Onak is really mad right now.
Yeah.
Because what's supposed to happen is, inire-review muna dapat ng mga referee bago pinapakita yung replay dito sa big screen here in the venue.
Mawawarningan pa sila dito So Manzo getting a technical free throw. 2:40 left in the first quarter. Wow, missing that one though.
Usually a great free throw shooter ito si Jun Manzo. That's a big miss.
79% during the season so far. 14-8 Davao Occidental holding on to this 6-point lead. Baseline inbound, boom boom tampos to Alvin Baitiong. Also has earned himself some playing time here for Cebu. Jan Hamon, balik kay Baitiong. 4 seconds left sa kailang shot clock. Baitiong sa loob. Tinamaan siya sa ulo pero walang tawag. Jancher sa Lubre had to adjust and able to score anyway.
Previous to that, I thought Mai Chong got hit on the head. And here he is. Committing that offensive foul.
Ayan, offensive foul talaga.
Yeah. Arboleda was there, able to establish position already even before Mai Chong got to the spot.
Last break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Pop, personal karaoke speaker, everyday karaoke.
That's a difficult finish, high off the glass para kay Janser Salubre. Although it was a nice try to defend that coming from Boom Boom Tampos. Salubre just had the better shot.
Ooh, Jeff Comia laying it in despite the challenge there.
That's a guy who is no stranger to making difficult shots, especially at the rim.
Oh man, a surprise 3-point shot. Stepping right into it, Mark Meneses.
Didn't really have much of that when he was playing for Pangasinan last year, but he has developed that shot this season playing for Cebu.
Mintis yung drive doon. Jan Amon sets his feet, fires, too strong. Meneses with another offensive rebound. Hamon up top. Will settle things down, but only 5 left on their shot clock. Hamon pulling up. Too strong again. Jancher Salubre. The pass inside. Escocio amongst the trees. Knocking down that jumper.
Wow, I was quite surprised with that shot selection by Wawi Escocio. It was only Jan Hamon who was in front of him, but he still chose to go for a quick face-up jumper. There was a double coming from behind. I thought he was going to try and power himself to the basket, but that's 2 points still. Nonetheless, para sa Davao, and now they're in the lead by 10.
Jancher Salubre at Jeff Comia in this loss against Batangas City. Churned in nicely here, 13 and 11 each from Jancher and Jeff.
Yeah, and they really tried to make a run in the fourth quarter. Talagang nabitin lang talaga sila, but they did outscore Batangas 22-13 in quarter number 4. In fact, the whole second half, they were ahead kung yun lang yung i-consider natin. But Batangas was able to establish an early lead, which Davao had trouble and fell short trying to overcome.
2010, Davao Occidental. 10 ang lamang dito. Ice Hontiveros checks in for the Cebu Greats. John Amon attempts another one and drains that one in from mid-range.
That's nice execution coming from the Greats. Hontiveros setting up itong si John Amon on a little curl action on that right elbow.
26 seconds left in the first quarter. Davao Occidental taking their time. Terzo lines it up. It will bounce out. Salubre with a athletic rebound and the putback.
Oh, Hontiveros has to do a better job than that.
6 seconds remaining. Tampos. The pass inside by Tiong. Off the glass and in to beat the buzzer.
Excellent getaway right there. Drop step and then the finish off the bank para kay Alvin Beichong. But what about the pass in the two-man game? Galing kay Boom Boom Tampos. Read that beautifully. And look at Beichong finishing it strong para sa Cebu, making this just an 8-point lead.
Nice way to finish off the quarter. Instead of trailing by double digits, they're down by just 8, 22-14. And Davao Occidental ahead by 8 points. Davao Occidental losing out against Batangas City. Pero Javi, ang layo ng kinailangan habulin ng Davao Occidental dito. Batangas City just pretty much dominating this one until that fight back late in the fourth quarter.
Yun na nga eh. Batangas was in the lead by as much as 18 points in that game. It just like I said earlier, during the first quarter, they actually pretty much owned the second half. Masyado lang talaga malaki yung naging kalamangan ng Batangas City to try and overcome. But if the second half was just the one thing that we considered during that game, Davao played a stellar third and fourth quarters.
It seems like it has carried over here. They're shooting 10 out of 19 from the field and find themselves in front by 10 points, 24-14. Raymart Escobedo also in with Jancher Salubre, Pari Liagas, Noel Bonleon, and Jeff Comia. Comia whips a pass to Escobedo, wiggling through traffic, eventually losing out the basketball. Lian Martel. Turnovers din ulit ang nagiging problema nitong Cebu Greats. Skip pass, Salubre to Pariliagas, balik kay Jancher Salubre. Goes inside, lost it momentarily. And eventually, a traveling violation call against the Tigers.
And that's the right call right there. Escobedo did not dribble before he stepped.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL.
I'm surprised Paul Desiderio is the third wing player off the bench here in this game para sa Cebu.
Yun nga hindi pa siya pinapasok. No?
He just came in.
Ayun nga, kakapasok lang. (24-14). Oh, travel ulit.
Wow. Pretty rare for a player at this level to commit 2 traveling violations, one after the other, and more so from a guard.
Punta natin at courtside si Lyra.
For the Cebu Greats, walang room for mistakes ngayon. The coaching staff made it clear, since naghahabol sila para sa play-in spot, kailangan full force daw sila. Kaya naman kumpleto din ang coaching staff ngayon. Coming off pa from Boom Boom Tampo's birthday celebration yesterday, hindi nagpaka-relax ang team. After the cake and candles, diretso ensayo agad. Seryosohan mode daw ulit kasi alam ng coaches na every possession counts at hindi pwedeng magpadala sa pressure. The Greats have to stay sharp, they said, limit errors and play with urgency. Dahil ang laban nila ngayon could spell the difference between extending their season or going home early. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. And lalo sila, ang problema kasi nila ngayon, after this one, isang laro na lang yung natitira nila. No? So they could finish either 12-17, 11 and 18, or 10-19. And man, we mentioned already how tight the race is for the final play-in spots in the South.
Those 2 losses that they have incurred after that 5-game winning streak was pretty crucial in terms of them trying to make a push for the play-in spot, because those losses just really meant na maging mas mahirap yung kanilang path going into the playoffs. But this game, tama yung sinabi ni Lyra, at na galing rin sa Cebu, sila na mismo nagsabi that this game will tell if talaga makakapasok ba sila o hindi.
Well, they were 5-15. They had that 5-game winning streak before those back-to-back losses against Zamboanga and Pangasinan, which, by the way, were both close losses against top competition in their respective divisions. And we've been mentioning that if ever makapasok sa play-in itong Cebu, with plays like that by Paul Desiderio, they could really give some of the teams in the South a very hard time.
No doubt about it. I mean, this is still a dangerous team. I wouldn't want to go up against them in a playoff series. This guy, Paul Desiderio, no stranger to big shots. And even if he came in late in this game, just in the second quarter, I'm sure he's going to make an impact for Cebu, and they need him sa laro na to.
Ito nga, yung sinasabi natin na masakit na pagkatalo nitong Cebu laban sa Pangasinan, kung saan lumamang pa sila nung bandang third quarter, pero Pangasinan, boy, Jory Napoles, if not for his heroics there with that monstrous performance, Cebu, especially the absence of Paul Desiderio, certainly gave it a good shot.
I thought that was a big blow para sa kanila. They lacked guys who could really take over in the fourth quarter. You could see that June Manzo was practically laboring in the second half. He tried to carry the fight for Cebu the entire game, which left him gassed out pretty much the entire fourth quarter. And if Paul Desiderio was there, he could have been the one who would have carried the mantle, at least offensively, and in trying to attempt shots for Cebu during that final frame against Pangasinan.
3 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Escobedo's long free will not drop. Salubre taps it to himself. Bola na kay Harold Arboleda. Balik kay Jancher Salubre. 5 seconds left sa kanilang shot clock. Escobedo, tight pass to Parillagas, who will lose it out of bounds. It's a shot clock violation anyway against the Davao Occidental Tigers.
Well, I thought Arboleda, he was already signaling for a pick and roll. Llagas, I think, was a little bit too slow to rise up and set that screen. That's why Arboleda had to decide to pass it off and get something going from the left corner. Unfortunately, nawala ng oras dun ang Davao Occidental.
Montiveros for free. It's good.
Well, he's getting some extended minutes here in the first half, and that definitely will leave him on the floor for a little bit more time. Ito si Aison Tiveros.
Lead down to 3, 24-21, approaching the 6-minute mark of the second quarter. Baseline drive by Escobedo, careless pass. Jan Hamon able to track it down but losing it in the process. Fresh 24 para sa Davao Occidental. Bonleon, up fake, left it short. Action a bit picking up here in the second quarter.
Yeah, you see both teams, they really realize the importance of this game. Nakikita mo naman ngayon dito sa second quarter, talagang halos maganda yung naging palitan ng parehong koponan dito. But Cebu able to get some huge shots in succession, as well as on the other side, they've been making some important stops to bring down this lead, which was at 10 heading into this quarter.
Montiveros, balik kay Paul Desiderio. Masyadong malakas yung kanyang mid-range jumper.
Oh, what a save there by Arboleda. I thought Ontiveros had the shot already. He just made a 3. I would have no problem with him taking another one. He was wide open.
Terso. Tira niya ay gugulong palabas. Jan Hamon. Attacks. Oh man, a little bit out of control. Escobedo. Guarded by Hontiveros. 10 seconds left on their shot clock. Escobedo can't shake off ice. Bonleon. Wala din. Llagas nakuha yung offensive rebound and able to roll that one through.
These guys look a little tight here. This unit on the floor for Cebu. Martel. Oh. Ooh.
And nobody marking. Ito si Alvin Baitiong down low. Nice pass from Aison Tiveros. Babasa isa ulit ang lamang, 26-25. 3:30 left in the second frame. Raymart Escobedo, wala.
Escobedo has not yet been able to pick it up here in the first half. He has not been able to get things going.
Lian Martel hitting the side of the backboard on that jumper. Arboleda will pull it back out. Bonleon sa 3, backs it in. Much needed basket to stymie this rally attempt nitong Cebu.
Well, he can definitely hit that shot, trailing the play there. Bonleon able to bank it off the glass and putting a little bit more separation here against Cebu. This is now a 4-point lead for the Tigers.
Commissioner Kenneth Durem. And well, we've had a good one here. Cebu was trailing by double figures earlier, but making some fight here late in the second quarter. Although Davao Occidental still protecting this 4-point lead. Nandito pa rin po tayo sa Batangas City Coliseum Later on, we have the home team, Batangas City, gunning for an outright entry in the playoffs. Makakalaban nila ang Bulacan Cuyas. Paulo Hubalde nagbabalik para sa Cebu. Martel. Na kay Paul Desiderio ang bola laban kay Jeff Comia. Desiderio too strong. Tapik, napunta kay Justin Alano. Arboleda will get it to Joseph Terso. The lone remnant of that championship team back in season 3. Comia, the Hesse, the one-hander is good. 31-25. Adlawan, hand off to Jan Hamon. Mintis, tapikan ng bola. Martel, nakuha ulit. 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Paul Desiderio from the other side. Clanks off the rim. Running start for Jeff Comia. Will not force the issue. Will pull it back out to Joseph Terso. Hamon in front of him. Escocio offering that screen. Rejecting it. Terso pulling up. Hamon tracks it down for Cebu. Ubalde on the right side. Bounce pass to Jan Hamon. Adlawan, natigil yung kanilang opensiba doon. Jan Hamon facing a double team at the corner. Release pass to Paulo Hubalde. Can't bail them out, but Adlawan there for the stick back.
Davao really tightening up on defense and that play. That good thing it was Dolan Adlawan who was there to pull down that offensive rebound and put it right back in. That's one of his most favorite moves. Itong si Jeff Comia, that cross jab. Tough to stop when he's going downhill, especially if the defense tries to anticipate where he's going. He's very good at making them believe he's going one way, but he's really going the other way.
Fast Break the Game brought to you by Extreme X-Play. On-the-go speaker, take your music anywhere. Si Jan Hamon, kinailangan mag-invento ng tira doon, but 2 points. And Cebu still down by 4 though, 31-27. Hickser fan of the game, born for greatness. 53.4 seconds remaining. Davao Occidental, sila pa rin ang lamang. 4 na puntos, 31-27. Again, Commissioner Kenneth Oremtes, Rudy Distrito, and Emer Oreta in the house. Bola na tapik. Numbers here for the guys in white. Mark Meneses. Dolan Adlawan lays it up and in, plus the foul.
Now very unselfish right there, galing kay Mark Meneses to give it up to Dolan Adlawan. He already had a shot for himself, but credit the strip here by Paulo Hubalde on the drive by Jeff Comia, and then you see there Meneses leaving it for his trailing co-big man in Dolan Adlawan, who lays it up and in, plus the foul.
Mintis nga lang yung kanyang bonus free throw. 38 seconds to go in the second frame. Jeff Comia. Arboleda to Terso, skipping it to Jeff Comia. Takes the free and makes it.
Well, they move the ball around there. Parang nakapormang zona doon ang Cebu and the Davao Occidental Tigers, just using ball movement as the antidote to counter that, leading to that Joseph Terso 3-point shot.
Another turnover could be costly here. Second remaining, Escosio. That one bouncing off the rim. First half complete. Battle between Cebu and Davao Occidental. And what could be a determinant for teams moving on. Davao Occidental at the half though in front against Cebu, 34-29. Our score at the half is 29 for the Cebu Greats, 34 naman para sa Davao Occidental Tigers. And well, Cebu led briefly 2-0, but since then, Davao Occidental certainly made their run, led by as many as 10 points. Although Cebu made quite a fight back in the second period, pero nakikita natin for Davao, no, Javi, really shooting a bit better compared to their last game.
Yeah, and it was very important para sa kanila to make sure that hindi mangyari yung hindi sila makakashoot ng magandang porsyento dahil it's important that they don't fall into a hole, and they were able to establish a lead dahil against Batangas, Davao was down by as much as 18 points. Here against Cebu, they were able to set the tone early. Sila ang kumontrol ng laro. They set the tempo, but Cebu slowly making a comeback here. They're only down by 5 points. There was actually a time na nababa nila dun sa isang puntos, actually almost getting the lead for a couple of minutes, but that was just by a point, and Davao responded right away. Let's see if the second half can see more progress from the Greats, or can Davao actually hold on to this lead.
You see, for Cebu, no June Manzo on that leading scorer tally. Mark Meneses with 6 points. Jeff Comia, lone guy in double figures with 10 markers. Wawi Escocio with 6, as well as Jansher Salubre. Josh Tagala with 5, which came in early, which really set the tone for Davao Occidental, hitting a free, then hitting 2 free throws. Cebu rolling out with a different unit to begin the third period. Paul Desiderio jacks up a free and immediately buries it to cut the lead down to 2.
Yeah, his entry into this game, I think, made the difference for Cebu in that first half. Second quarter na siya pumasok dito, no? Pero he was able to hit a couple of shots that helped Cebu make a difference in terms of their play on the floor. I think the shots that he made certainly pushed Cebu to have a different mindset sa laro na to, considering the impact that this game has on their positioning in the South, at lalo na dahil nga medyo may rivalry nga itong dalawang kupunan na to na nasabi na ni Lyra at the top of our coverage. So a lot of pride at stake here, not just the positioning in the team standings.
This was Desiderio on the move, hitting a free. Really looking for his offense. Agad naman sinagot ni Joseph Derso sa kabilang dako. Kaya naman, 5 pa rin ang lamang ng Davao Occidental. 37-32. Wawi Escocio. Offensive foul. As he turned around, tried to rise up for the jumper. Second foul against Wawi Escocio, and they will also review if this one merits the criteria for an unsportsmanlike foul.
That could be dahil natamaan niya dun sa mukha si Lian Martel. He had his elbow in the face of the Cebu big man. Even if he wasn't intending to hurt Lian Martel, that still could very much make the case for an unsportsmanlike foul.
Yeah. However, the call will stand. Just a regular foul, regular offensive foul. Laban kay Wawi Escocio. Bola babalik sa panig ng Cebu.
Now, the other way to look at it is to say that Martel might have been too close to Wawi Escocio, but our referees choosing to uphold the call there in favor of the Greats. We now have a chance to make this a one-possession ball game.
Manzo. And Tagala in his grill, and he will be called with that foul.
June Manzo's one of the guards here in the league na ang hirap agawan. You try to pressure him, he's just gonna use those kinds of ploys against you. He uses that wide body of his to his advantage. That's a nice pass to Martel, who misses. And June is just so smart. His basketball IQ is through the roof, in my opinion. And he's also talented, which makes him such a tough cover.
Oh. Sobrang basic pero sobrang effective eh. Arboleda, mintis sa 3. Tagala got hit in the face. And that putback attempt results into a foul against Cebu.
Although on that occasion, si Manzo naunahan siya doon ni Tagala, anticipating where the basketball was going to fall. Here you see Manzo was really trying to hold on to him, but Tagala had quite a bit of a running start there compared to Manzo, who was just watching but not reacting to where the ball was going to go.
Si Lian Martel, yung nakatama sa kanya doon. Regular foul din after they went for a review. Although Tagala, a bit shaken up. Coach Junti Valenzuela naghahanap ng kasagutan dito dahil Cebu, for the majority of this game, has trailed. Davao Occidental still playing without Keith Agovida. Ricky Perumingan also not in uniform. Chris De Chavez. Pretty undermanned, but fighting back, up by 5. Pangalawang free throw na ipasok na ni Josh Tagala. 38-32. June Manzo still scoreless here. Comia switching on to him. Offensive foul against Lian Martel.
Martel has struggled in this game. I don't think he has done anything significant to contribute to the cause of Cebu. It's been mostly errors on his part.
Tapos 3 fouls na siya dito.
Here you see Martel using that shoulder to prevent Tagala from catching up on him there on the defensive end. We have not yet seen J.R. Kenyan in this game for the Greats.
Yun nga, isa pa yun. His first game back after almost 2 months against Pangasinan. Mark Meneses, his second triple. Brings the lead back down to 3, 38-35.
They definitely needed that. That was a big shot galing kay Mark Meneses, whose three-point shooting has been the most dependable in this game for the Greats.
Meneses with 9 points, perfect shooting from the field, 4 of 4. Comia against Paul Desiderio. Shot clock winding down, 2 seconds left. The pass outside to Josh Tagala, short. Ugsang tracks it down for Cebu.
Medyo mababa rin yung pasa galing kay Jeff Comia doon, which I think also contributed to Tagala shorting that shot. Ooh, that's a terrible pass.
Jeff Comia with Meneses trying to track it down, but Jeff Comia scores. He now has 12.
One of the best finishers here in the league, especially when it comes to the open court. Jeff Comia protecting that basketball while finishing on the other side. That's a good answer for Cebu.
Ugsang off the pass from Paul Desiderio. Tatlo ulit ang kalamangan. Tagala, binigay kay Wawi Escosio. Naihatid niya dito kay Joseph Terzo. Si Manzo ang kanyang pantay. 8 segundo sa kanilang shot clock. Comia sidesteps into a free. Clanks off the rim. Offensive rebound again for Davao Occidental. Tagala skips it to Harold Arboleda. Back to Josh Tagala. Not even close on that 3-point attempt.
Cebu's got to do a better job of corralling those rebounds. They can't allow Davao multiple opportunities at the basket.
3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances. Next, galing kay Mark Meneses. Had 1 back in the first half. Coming off 2 screens, pero hindi binigay. Mark Meneses forcing the issue. Got bailed out. Ball tapped out of bounds by Davao Occidental. Only 7 seconds left sa kanilang shot clock. Janamon replaces Paul Desiderio. Sa Lubre, pinaltan naman din si Josh Tagala. Hamon catch. Can't shake off Harold Arboleda, but makes that tough shot anyway.
Well, he's always been known to be a tough shot maker all his career. Ito si John Hamon. Palitan sila ni Paul Desiderio dyan sa role na yan as shooters for Cebu this season.
Isa na lang ang lamang ng Davao Occidental. Terso sa bandang itaas. 5 seconds sa kanilang shot clock. Rising up for a free. Off target. Tatakbo dito ang Cebu. June Manzo straight away free. Off to the right. Comia comes away with it. Jeff Comia with a one-hander. Meneses cobbles up the rebound. Siya na magbababa dito. Bola na tapik. Lucky break for Cebu.
Well, if you're Cebu, the smart thing is to not let Mark Meneses bring down the basketball. Although he's improved greatly in other aspects of his game, I think the ability to handle the basketball, especially if it's trying to bring the ball across in a tight situation, you're gonna have to give it up to your guards.
Meron tayong coach's challenge, ha? By Coach Arvin Bonleon. On that last out-of-bounds play.
And Coach Junti and the entire Cebu bench, they're trying to argue na binigay na nila, papa-inbound na nila sana yung bola, and you're supposedly not supposed to challenge anymore after that.
All right, we'll be back after this.
The challenge has been nullified.
Nullified yung challenge, so mukhang di rin umabot talaga, no?
Kasi yun naman talaga yung rule. Once na nabigay na ng referee yung bola, hindi na pwede i-challenge.
Talagang may karapatan na mag-protest doon sila Coach Junti. John Amon lost it out of bounds. No, it was tapped away by Terso. 10 seconds left sa shot clock. Cebu repeatedly had opportunities to take the lead, much like this one, but just can't get over the hump at the moment. Oy! Arboleda and Salubre weren't on the same page on that one.
Salubre wanted to go backdoor. Arboleda wanted to hand it off. A miscommunication between the two Tigers.
Approaching the 4-minute mark. June Manzo yet to score still. Ugsang tried for an outside jumper, and a foul will be called against June Manzo.
Ugsang, compared to his game against Pangasinan, has not yet been able to score a lot of points. In fact, he's only scored 2 points in this game. He had 12 against the Heat Waves. A lot of those coming in the first half.
Terso magtitimon para sa Davao Occidental against Paulo Hubalde. Screen offered by Escocio. Salubre against Jan Hamon. Loves that move between the legs and rising up for that jumper.
That seems to be his go-to every time, especially when he's given that space to dribble to his right side. Very dependable for Janser Salubre on that.
Dito rin niya ginawa yun sa Batangas City. May napatumpa siya. At ito si Rivog Sang. Nakabutas finally for Cebu, down by a point again. Harold Arboleda. Binigay kay Saltres. Bintis. Isa na namang pagkaataon para sa Cebu na makaalamang. Sa postre, Ugsang turnaround jumper over Wawi Escosio. Left that one short.
They just can't seem to get over that 1-point hump.
Kanina pa paulit-ulit. Terzo blew out a tire. And another turnover against Davao Occidental. Cebu though doesn't have the numbers, but Jan Hamon take it strong to the basket. And finally giving Cebu the lead.
That's another difficult shot in transition by Jan Hamon. If you remember, during the first half, he did not have anywhere to go but was still able to make a shot. I think that was also Joseph Terzo. Here he challenges Harold Arboleda and gets it off the back. Cebu finally takes the lead in this game.
Back with us here at the Batangas City Coliseum. Check out our fan of the game brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Maayong buntag sa inyong tanan sa ating mga bisang nanonood, especially cheering on for Cebu and Davao Occidental. Ken Pangilinan po with Javi Palanya at courtside. Miss Lyra Punsalan working the sidelines. Cebu finally taking the lead. Ugsang got ball and body, but no foul whistle. Ball will stay with Davao Occidental. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Salubre. Hindi may pagpag yung depensa ni Jan Hamon. Tampos flying in for the rebound. Boom boom. Binabatayan ni Jeff Comia. Binigay muna kay Mark Meneses. Ngayon na kay Paulo Hubalde. Boom boom Tampos. Straight away free. Tatalbog palabas. Bola nakuha ni Wawi Escosio.
It's been a low scoring affair here in this game between these two squads.
Especially Davao, their shooting has gone south here in the third period. Escobedo against Paulo Hubalde, airballs that jumper.
Escobedo continues to remain scoreless in this game as Cebu has not allowed him decent looks at the basket.
Davao Occidental just 3 out of 14 here in the third quarter, only managing to score 8 points. Ubalde, medyo mababa yung pasa kay Tampos. Bounce pass, Ugsang with a flip shot.
Nice patient offense right there coming from Cebu. Tampos with a very nice setup to Ugsang na di naman sa pinahiya doon with that one-hander.
Jeff Comia dancing against Boom Boom Tampos. Pasa palabas, Escobedo, Mintes. And Ugsang will just let that ball sail out of bounds.
Escobedo is now 0 out of 6 from the field in this game.
10-2 run by Cebu. Mark Meneses, long 2-point shot. It will pop out. About a 5-second differential between shot and game clock. Salubre will take his time. Switching onto him is Boom Boom Tampos. Salubre creating space. Mark Meneses nakakuha na naman ng rebound. Number 7 now from Mark Meneses. 6 seconds left. Ubalde. John Hamon off the glass and in. How about John Hamon here in the third quarter?
Oh, medyo nagkagulo pa nga doon na dalawang sabay na player ng Cebu ang nag-cut through that middle, but the pass finding its way to the right guy, which was John Hamon, who makes another difficult jumper.
Highlights of the game brought to you by Zip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration.
Hamon has really wowed us with a lot of difficult shot making in this game. Tampos, although he has not been able to score pa sa laro na to, he has gotten some nice passes to his teammates, including Davao Occ.
Kaya naman, Cebu labang na ngayon, 47-42. Fourth quarter na po ng ating laban between Cebu and Davao Occidental. You saw Cebu outscoring Davao Occidental by 10 in the third quarter. After trailing by 5 at a half, they're now up by 5 here, 47-42.
And that's a very lowly 8 points that Cebu was able to hold Davao down to, while the Greats have been continuously, slowly increasing the efficiency of their offense here in the second half. A stark contrast in that department between these two teams. And now it's Paul Desiderio coming in once again to continue that for the Greats. In the third quarter, John Hamon making some great shots. We also saw Bubong Tampos making some great plays. Take a look at this one. Easy pass and cut. Corner. And then you see the guy cutting, Desiderio getting it from Tampos.
Kakapasok lang nito si Paul Desiderio dito sa fourth quarter. 14-2 run by the Cebu Greats.
It seems that Cebu is trying to manage the minutes of Paul Desiderio na alam naman natin medyo may recurring hamstring injury. They don't want to have that flare up, especially at this point kung saan hindi pa talaga siguradong makakapasok sila sa play-in. As much as possible, they want all hands on deck, and Paul Desiderio is a very important piece of this team. We all know that. That is not a secret.
Escosio, pinasok agad. 36 seconds in, pinaltan muna to si Alan Beltran. Bumbong Tampos. John Hamon rejected by Jeff Comia, timing that one beautifully, but open for a free. Paulo Hubalde Mintis. Jeff Comia may tangan ng bola. The pass to Escobido. Got pumped, no foul. Comia there to clean it up.
Jeff Comia, the lone guy in double figures sa laro na to para sa Davao Occidental Tigers. He has 15 points and 7 rebounds, but not really a lot of help coming from the other guys other than John Salubre. Wawi Escoso has not been the same dominant self that he has been for the Tigers in the past few games. Remember, he had 20 sa kanilang huling laro, and then also around that total in their win against Valenzuela, that close one where he was able to hit the game winner.
Jun Manzo, binalik na dito. Pinaltan muna si Bumbong Tampos. We have a small lineup now. Paul Desiderio playing that 4 spot. Shades of that Gilas team that played in the FIBA World Cup with Desiderio playing at the power forward position. Baitiong tried to beat the buzzer, but it will end up as a nullified basket. Shot clock violation will be called against the Cebu Greats.
Well, let's see. They're going to review this one. It was a quick review, and clearly it was still in the hands of Alvin Baitiong.
Oras, pati yung red light Umilaw din. Nasa kamay pa niya yung bola. So nag-size up ulit ang Cebu. Pinaltan muna si Jan Hamon ni Mark Meneses. So this is a luxury Cebu has. They could either play big or downsize and put some quickness and athleticism dito sa kanilang lineup. Especially Mark Meneses playing that 4 spot. Now he's the one tasked to guard Jeff Comia. Comia trying to shake off Alvin Baitiong. Off the glass, boy, Jeff Comia able to back that one in.
Quite a hard fall though after that shot. This is a 4-on-5. Cebu better take advantage.
Good foul by Salubre. Just the first team foul against Davao Occidental.
I would have gone quick if I were June Manzo. He should have recognized it right away na kulang yung depensa doon. Quick attack might have resulted in a better opportunity to score. Instead, they let Davao get back to 5 players, but that doesn't really matter much to Paul Desiderio.
Second guy for Cebu in double figures with 11 points.
And he's done that in a very efficient fashion, Ken.
Nakabalik na from that hamstring injury. Paul Desiderio, abante ng 4 ang Cebu. Comia fakes off that pass. He tries a free and makes that one.
I've always been a big fan of Jeff Comia's game. Whenever he's been able to hit a lot of those difficult finishes at the basket, dun siya nagkakaroon ng kumpiyansa na makatira galing sa labas. And here he is again. Oh my goodness.
Nag-imbento ng tira at naipasok ni Jeff Comia. 23 points. And trying to will Davao Occidental in this crucial matchup against Cebu. Fast Break the Game brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme Magpalamig free installation for split type air conditioners.
Well, he definitely brought the playground to the Batangas City Coliseum here. I thought the All-Star game was already done. That's an All-Star move coming from a spectacular finisher in Jeff Comia.
Timeout Cebu dahil lamang na ang Davao Occidental 53-52.
Team report for the Cebu Greats. Ibang aura talaga ang dala nila for the second half. For the first time, nahawakan nga nila sa third quarter ang lamang, pero ngayon nakalamang ulit ang Davao. But the coaches reminded them na i-value ang bawat pas. Na yung spacing, wag nyo nang ibalik sa dati. They also commended yung depensa at hustle plays, and this time kinomend din si June Manzo for his smarter decision-making, controlling the tempo just right. From a shaky start, Cebu has flipped the script. Now, it's all about staying locked in and finishing the game strong. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. At well, June Manzo at the moment, wala pa ring puntos. But, well, doesn't reflect the stat sheet yung impact na ginagawa niya, no? Na pagtitimon para sa Cebu. Pero sila ngayon, naghahabol na naman dahil Jeff Comia happen para sa Davao Occidental. Off the pass, Desiderio got fouled.
Just a little too indecisive there. It was Paul Desiderio. I thought he had the opportunity to make himself a basket dahil medyo butas rin yung depensa sa baseline ng Davao doon. Could have sneaked in one shot underneath. Instead, Davao here with a baseline throw in.
Manzo, wala pa ring puntos. 0 out of 3 from the field. Desiderio posting up Joseph Terzo, facing a double team, was held down as he tried to issue a pass in the paint.
And Davao was trying to pick their poison there. Double ba sila kay Paul and disallow him a good look at the basket, or iiwan ba nila si Paul para mag one-on-one, and that will have Reeve Ugsang also have a guy underneath.
Meneses just snatching that one. Another offensive rebound. It puts it back in. Cebu in front once again, 54-53.
Well, Cebu is actually behind in the rebounding department in this game, but they're pulling all the important offensive rebounds here in the fourth quarter.
6 minutes left in the fourth. Joseph Terzo. Ugsang. Trying to switch on to him. Skip pass na libre si Salubre. Nice box out by Revo Ugsang. And Paulo Ubalde with a basketball. Desiderio, catch and shoot free. It will pop out. Labanan sa ilalim at tingin ni Revo Ugsang worthy for a review yung last out of bounds play na yun. Bola mapupunta sa Davao Occidental.
They're going to challenge that. I think Ugsang is adamant, and he is sure enough that Escocio had the last hand on the basketball.
So the coach's challenge will be awarded here to Cebu. Let's see if they will be successful. They're up by 1, 5 minutes and 36 seconds left. Coach Judy Valenzuela. Let's see if they will win this one.
The Cebu Greats challenge was successful.
Successful challenge for the Cebu Greats. It is. Apparently it was off Wawi Escocio last. Baseline inbound. For the guys in white, 14 seconds on their shot clock. LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Ice Hontiveros from the corner, niluwa. Escocio, nakuha yung rebound para sa Davao Occidental. Arboleda will slow things down. Na libre si Terzo for free. Tatalbog palabas. Another offensive rebound by Davao Occidental. Terzo working with Wawi Escocio. Hard show by Ugsang. Backdoor, Comia, reverse. And Paulo Ubalde got a piece of that one. Halfway point of the fourth. Manzo, Hontiveros tries another one. Too strong. Back-to-back misses from Ice. Tagala in stride. Gets 2 points with his left hand.
A basic forward pass right there coming from Jeff Comia, unselfishly giving it up to the guy ahead of him. That was Josh Tagala, who gives Davao back the advantage.
55-54. Ubalde not sure kung sino dapat yung recipient ng pasa na yun. Another turnover, uncharacteristically, para dito kay Paulo Ubalde.
He normally doesn't crumble in pressure-packed situations. I think he was expecting Ugsang to be the recipient of that and not Jun Manzo.
Isa pa rin ang lamang. Turnovers have been a culprit for Cebu. 11 turnovers already. Laban sa Greats. Escocio posting up Ugsang. Wawi. Ugsang. No choice but to give up that foul. Third foul against Ugsang. Paulo Ubalde will check out. Babalik si Jan Hamon. Wawi Escocio now at the line, trying to extend their lead. 6 of 9 ang Davao Occidental, just 2 of 6 ang Cebu. Wawi, nilawa yung kanya unang free throw. Free throws could be a deciding factor here given how close this game has been.
Yeah, and both teams have not performed well at the free throw line sa laro na to. Davao is 6 of 10, Cebu is 2 out of 6.
Itong free throw na ito, din sa ating Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Split from Wawi Escosio, 56-54. June Manzo, wala pa ring puntos. Perhaps his worst game of the season in a Cebu uniform.
Oh, no doubt.
And still scoreless.
Yes, time to make up for it here.
What a pass inside. Meneses got held down as he was about to make his move. We will review this one. Arboleda was pretty much out of position. It was a setup here by Manzo.
Everybody was caught ball watching, trying to see what Manzo was going to try to do. The clock was winding down on the 24-second shot clock nitong Cebu, and everybody was anticipating June to take the shot. Nobody noticed Meneses creeping right there on that dunker spot. That was a hard hit on him.
Oh no, it's an unsportsmanlike foul.
It should be. You see how those two hands landed on Mark Meneses, and that's going to be an ejection for Harold Arboleda.
Yeah. Pretty unfortunate if you're Davao. Meneses has a chance to tie the ball game up here.
Obviously, Davao not happy with this outcome. Arboleda is an important piece of the rotation, especially because he relieves pressure off of their guards who handle the basketball. One of the guys who could actually bring the ball up for them and use his speed against the opposing bigs dahil mas mabilis nga siya compared to other power forwards. That's going to be a big blow. And it's interesting to see how Davao can respond after this. This just might be a big momentum changer. I've always said that unsportsmanlike fouls, especially in games like this where it's very tight, could spell the difference in what could be the outcome of a game. Lalo na ngayon, fourth quarter na, Ken.
Yeah. And more importantly, sinking 2 free throws. And we are knotted at 56 apiece. 3 and 37 seconds left. Cebu doing this with June Manzo scoreless, 0 of 5 from the field. Ugsang back to Paul Desiderio. Mintes yung kanyang 3. Oh man, 13 points, 12 rebounds, including that putback from Mark Meneses.
Wow. 4-point swing for Cebu, courtesy of Mark Meneses. He has been an absolute blue-collar worker in this game, doing a yeoman's job of pulling down those rebounds, hustling for those loose balls, and in the process, scoring points para sa kanilang kupunan.
And Cebu completing that possession with a block. Manzo sizing up Joseph Terzo, sliding in, but still can't score.
Wow, really a terrible game para kay June, at least offensively. 0 out of 6. Much like Raymart Escobedo on the side of Davao.
Terzo, short. Meneses, 13 rebound for number 13. Shades of what he did against the Gensan Warriors. Desiderio to Jan Hamon. Double clutches. Tried to track down his own miss. He does, but the pass broken up. Meneses recovers. Hamon, this time from downtown, no good. Desiderio grabs the board, escapes the defense, and draws a foul. Last 2 minutes of the game. And Cebu with 2 free throws coming up.
Wow, just big breaks going the way of Cebu. Those 50-50s landing in the hands of a Cebu player each of those 3 times. And the greats at the end of that, having Paul Desiderio go up strong, drawing the foul. And they have a chance to put more cushion on this lead.
Desiderio na ipasok yung kanyang unang free throw. 12 points for Paul Desiderio. Four rebounds. However, missing the second, so this is still a one-possession ball game. Jeff Comia with 23 points, but the offense of Davao Occidental has stalled here in the last couple of minutes of the fourth until that free to tie things up.
Obviously so pumped up after that. That ends a little drought for the Tigers here in the fourth quarter. They've experienced quite a number of those scoreless stretches here in the second half.
Manzo, skip pass. Desiderio gustong bawiin yung tres. Tatalbog palabas. Tense moments here. 78 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter.
There is a lot at stake in this game, Ken.
Joseph Terso. Ugsang the show. Terso pulling up. That time a miss. Salumbre. Again that move. And it will roll in. How about Davao Occidental? 2 big baskets to pull ahead as Mark Meneses is down on the floor. Gixer, great move of the game, born for greatness.
Well, just like how Cebu was fortunate enough to get a lot of those loose balls earlier, ganun din ang nangyari dito sa possession ng Davao. That tap by Jeff Comia getting into the arms of Janser Salubre with that excellent pullback move, which has been his trademark here, leading into that shot. Meneses, I hope he's okay, but it looks more like he's really tired. He's giving it his all in this game.
And let's see here what Cebu has mapped out in this timeout. Cebu only has 1 timeout remaining. 2 pa para sa Davao Occidental.
Okay. Paul, dito ka. John, ikaw to John. Okay. Sinong sa loob? Hamon, dito ka. Big man. Occ. John. Ako to. Ay, ikaw to Paul. Ikaw to Paul. Lakay, ikaw to. Okay. Pagbigay. Aliw. Buha. Bigay.
Last minute white.
Ano ka?
Last minute white.
Let's go lakay.
Last minute white.
Para sa inyo.
All right, 58.5 seconds left. They have June Manzo and Paul Desiderio, Jan Amon, Mark Meneses, and Rivog Sang. They inbound it on the front court, so 14 seconds sa kailang shot clock. Jan Amon receives the pass, back to June Manzo, quickly to Mark Meneses. Thought about that 3. Manzo with 6 on their shot clock. Tight pass to Jan Amon for 3. Off. Bola na tapik ni Ugsang papunta kay June Manzo. Pupukol sa 3. Niluwa. And Alano got fouled. Cebu not yet in penalty. Those were 2 good looks though. Manzo 0 out of 7.
A big defensive stop right there para sa Davao Occidental Tigers. They bring in Justin Alano, who has not yet seen action this entire game, just for the purpose of helping out on the glass. And it turned out to be a good decision. I'm sorry, Alano already played 3 minutes, but that was back in the first half. He has not seen action since then. Inserted by Coach Arvin on that last defensive stand.
Bobby.
Jeff Johnson, Josh, pakita ha.
Okay. Josh. Pare, si Jeff ang 4.
Okay.
Kunwari na kukunin mo kung ka-away kayo si Jeff na maiwan. Jeff, ikaw na maiwan. Pagdating dito, pwede mo ibalik kay Joseph, mag-ball screen lang tayo.
Jeff, mahaba si Meneses. Space.
Ha? Okay, Jeff. Kunin mo lang to, decoy lang kayo. Tingnan nyo to ha. Tingnan nyo, walang names. Ikaw to.
Okay.
Ikaw to. Ikaw to. Tingnan natin, ha? Okay, dalay mo natin.
All right, 38.5 seconds left. Looks like Jeff Comia will be heavily involved here. They will inbound it all the way to the backcourt so that they have the full 24-second shot clock. No need to foul if Terso will inbound it all the way from the backcourt. 13.5 seconds remaining. And let's see what they map out. We'll be back after the short break. No more timeouts for the Cebu Greats. June Manzo, scoreless outing. But they still have that slither of hope. Down by 4 though. They need to make up for 2 possessions. Manzo naghanap ng papasahan. Napunta kay Paul Desiderio. Pupukol sa 3. Mintes and Justin Alano with another big rebound. 8.1 seconds remaining. Wow, Davao Occidental just battling right back. And he was the one who was able to tie things up with that 3 and then hitting 2 clutch free throws to essentially put the game away. Oh boy, Joseph Terso. He may not be the high point man here for Davao Occidental, but when it mattered the most, he delivered for the Tigers.
Terso, the veteran that he is, MPBL champion, making all the right decisions, making those big shots, hitting the free throws. But it was this guy who got Davao back in control and really sparked that rally for the Tigers.
Jeff Comia dazzling us with his acrobatic plays, and more importantly, his production was really key in helping Davao Occidental get this win. against the Cebu Greats. Our final score, 59 for Cebu, 64 for the Davao Occidental Tigers. And they move to 10 and 15, now number 9 in the South Division, pretty much in the play-in picture in the South. Let's go courtside to Miss Lyra Punsalan.
Jeff, congratulations. Napakadikitan at napakainit talaga ng naging laro ninyo. And nakabawi ang Cebu at the end of third quarter at ang dami nyong naging sagutan sa baskets. But you happened at pinigilan mo talaga sila.
Kailangan lang namin manalo kaya ginawa lang namin yung best namin para ma-stop sila kasi para sa amin crucial yung game kaya yun lang yung hiling sa amin ng coach namin na manalo kami ngayong game na to.
And your right statement win nga ito para sa inyong play-in positioning. How will you guys make sure na mas maipapanalo nyo pa ang remaining games ninyo?
Tuloy lang din siguro namin yung ginagawa namin kasi maganda rin naman yung mga pinaraktis namin ng mga nakaraan. So, na-adapt lang namin siguro sa game na to kaya ito yung resulta, nanalo kami.
Jeff, any greetings?
Ha?
Any greetings?
Siyempre, una kay Lord, salamat sa panalo, sa lakas na binigay niya and kay Congressman Cloud Bautista of Zone District of Davao Occidental, Congresswoman Claudine Bautista, and Dabi Bautista of Dumper Party List, Mayor Dingo Bautista of Santa Maria, Davao Occidental, Mayor Jason Ramos of Davao del Sur, Bautista family, Coco Life, Armor On. Sa family ko, sa mga coaches ko, sa teammates ko, sa lahat ng mga tropang malulupit, shoutout sa inyo lahat. Mabuhay!
Maraming salamat and congratulations, Jeff Comia of the Davao Occidental Tigers. Back to you, Ken and Javi.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. And Davao Occidental grabbing that critical win against Cebu. And coming up next, Bulacan Cuyas, pretty much out of contention already. Pero itong Batangas City Tanduay Ram Masters, gusto pang maangat dito sa South Division. Kaya wag po kayong aalis mga kaliga dahil magbabalik pa po ang MPBL, ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino.